Guess who's back? Back again. Everyone's most whatever character will. Oh
Woo!
my god.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom, let's go, boys.
Changing the game.
Hell yeah.
Gotta be fucking kidding.
Here's the first movie.
Did you know I'm utterly insane?
Peel that pig and slice him thick.
The body count is always bigger.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
And the fucking trees walked in those movies.
Hi, doggy. What a story, Mark.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled.
It's just like your opinion, man.
Life moves pretty fast.
If you want your sequel to become a franchise.
37 dicks.
In a row?
I'm your number one fan.
Welcome back, everyone, to the last film of our Pirates of the Caribbean franchise marathon.
Fucking hell. Oh, this is a doozy. This is going to be a doozy of an episode, I can already tell.
This one, the interesting thing about Dead Man Tell No Tale is that I think Kane and I will have very differing views on this.
Yes. But before we get into that, here's a little bit of the trailer.
Pirates had infected the seas for generations. So I vowed to eliminate them all. And then there was this boy, Jack Sparrow. Follow him in! He took everything from me and filled me with rage.
The dead have taken command of the sea. We're searching for Pearl, a girl, and a sparrow.
I have heard stories of a mighty Spanish captain who hunted and killed thousands of men.
No, men, no. Pirates.
I once knew a Spaniard named something in Spanish.
He's coming for you, Jack. Where's your ship? Your crew? Your pants? Jack!
Man, this trailer got me so hyped when it came out, when it originally premiered. Oh my god. I was actually really keen on this movie coming out back in 2017.
Oh, okay. 16-year-old Kane was pretty into it.
Yeah. I grew up with the Pirates movies, and the fact that a new one was coming out, I was like, yo, okay, I'm in for this. And then also the fact that, like, this trailer looked very epic, you know, this one, what was it? It was either like the main trailer or the teaser trailer. Like it had like a Johnny Cash song playing, and had a nice build up. Showed like the Ghost Pirates and the Ghost Crew and all that. And I was like, this is interesting. I like this Javier Bardem. Let's see where this goes. And then I watched it back in 2017. And then also Will being back, and like he looks.
Oh my god!
And he looks just like Bootstrap Bill with all the shit on his face, the barnacles and all those little fishy things, all those parasites on his face. And I hated it when I first watched it as a kid. I absolutely despise it. I watched it once back in 2017 and I vowed to never touch it again because I was so off-put by it. However, it's not that bad upon rewatch, I will say.
Thank you, Kane.
It's not a good movie, don't get me wrong. It's very bad, but
okay.
I had a lot of fun watching it. But anyways, do continue, Rhys.
So when getting into this whole, like, a new wave of Pirates of the Caribbean films, I heard that this was the worst one. And I was very scared because of how much I hated the last one.
Oh, dude, you were scared. I was shitting myself.
I was not ready. But then I was pleasantly surprised and I sort of liked this movie. I had a good time.
Well, that's good to hear, Rhys. That's really good to hear.
Thank you. So this is like, I had probably one of the best times with this one than any of the other films. And yeah, try and cancel me, everyone.
Yeah.
For liking Dead Men Tell No Tale.
It's not the fact that you like it is the problem. It's the fact that you like it more than...
No. You can't say what I like it more than.
Oh, true.
We have a ranking episode next.
We'll fight. We'll have a discussion in the next episode.
Oh, thank God that I caught you off just in time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it is good that you did like it, though. It's
Thank
very
you.
nice. It's even better that I liked it, considering that, I fucking hated it the first time I watched it.
When watching the trailer, you can see that there's like... this looks very lush, I think. It looks very... it's got like that sort of saturated feel that the second one has that I sort of like for this franchise.
It certainly at least started off on the right foot by not having flat, lifeless cinematography and just nothing in terms of set pieces, at least judging from the trailer. You had like the ghost pirate ship that like looks like it's about to eat Barbossa's ship. You've got them going to this island of jewels. You've got like the water. You got like the water opening up.
Yes, that's
giant,
that's really,
like,
really
Moses
good.
style parting of the Red Sea looking ass shit. It looks really just interesting.
Yes.
So, piques the interest of a person that maybe was burnt out of the Pirates films after the fourth one was so bad,
I think that this movie gets right pacing, which I think a lot of the other Pirates of the Caribbean movies do not get right.
Well, it is the shortest one out of the series.
And it doesn't have to be that long. Like,
No.
as we said earlier in the marathon, is that I thought all of these movies were gonna be like hour and a half sort of pieces.
Yeah.
And because that's what I assumed, like a family-friendly pirates themed, like a movie based off of a fucking ride.
Yeah.
Like I thought, if they get an hour and 40 minutes out of it, that's all that they
you
need.
didn't think there'd be 12 hours of lore.
Didn't think
that, could be
that we
taken
would
from the ride.
Yeah, they would have to watch yet 12 hours. Oh
Yep.
my God, that's
Something
a lot of
else.
pirate ships. There's a lot of Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yep, a lot of Captain Jack antics and a lot of a seafaring swashbuckling adventure.
Yes. Well, when this movie started, we introduced back to Will Turner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Honestly, the opening sequence of this movie I think is really good.
Yeah, I like it too.
It's got that when the Flying Dutchman's reintroduced, it's got that same kind of eerie atmosphere that like the opening of number 2 had.
It intrigues me because it like shows a little bit without going too deep into it, and without it being anything that feels too overdone already.
Yeah, and it also introduces like the main goal of this new main character, Will Turner's son. I don't remember his name though.
Oh yeah, I don't know either.
But it introduces like his motivation. He wants to find the Trident of Poseidon to free his father, and it's like, okay, let's see where this goes. Freeing, like lifting curses of the sea. This is an interesting way to go. Let's see where this takes us.
One trope that I sort of hate is that when so his name is Henry. By the way. Henry Turner.
Okay.
Henry Turner. Okay, got to remember that. Is that when Henry comes to Will and explains the whole Trident thing, Will is like, that's merely a story. That can't be true.
That's a myth, boy.
Yeah, you will see that happen so much in these fantastical worlds.
I know.
They'll doubt the outrageous nature of certain stories or myths when, mate, you are in command of a immortal ship and have been living underwater for so long. The shit that you have seen, what is making it so difficult to believe that there's this Trident of Poseidon?
I guess he just forgot about all the adventures that he had in the 3 movies that he was in. He's like, no, I forgot about all those. Those are all stories, Henry.
Yes,
what?
What I love so much is that Round the Twist does this. For people that aren't Australian listeners, Round the Twist is like a kids' TV show
for
that
those who are missing out.
Yeah, missing out. I think not being Australian and having no idea what this is, if it's on your Netflix or something, please look into it. It is a trip.
It is so good.
Yeah, it's all just short stories that are based off of Paul Jennings'
work.
Paul Jennings short stories.
Love it.
And it's phenomenal because of how weird this show is.
Yes.
And it's based around the same kids, but then it's like episodic instead of serialized.
Yeah.
So then it doesn't really carry on whatever happened last week to the next. So and the structure of every episode around the twist is that first act, one of the kids finds something weird and fantastical, and is then like going to their siblings going, "Oh, Bronson, look at this. There's something. I've found a hat that turns everyone into pineapples," sort of thing. And then everyone around them are like, that Bronson will be like, "Nah, that's silly, Pete. That's silly. That doesn't actually happen." And it's like, mate, last week you met a friend who made ice cream out of his nose. How is this so hard to believe? How is this so freaking difficult? Like, I was watching the Water Spirit episode not that long ago, and there's like, Bronson's going around the town like, "Everyone, there's a water spirit coming after me. There's a water spirit."
I remember that.
And they're like, "Bronson, you're full of shit."
Yeah.
And it's like, last week, Linda literally put on a hat that made her fly in front of everyone. How hard is it to believe that there's a water spirit that is pissed off?
That was last week's story. We forget about that.
They just totally retcon it and then just forget whatever happened last week.
They just repress every traumatic memory they go through.
It's like this doubtfulness of stability or mysticism.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay. No, I like fantastability more.
Yeah.
I like that word more.
It's this doubtfulness of mysticism that is like, do you know the world that you live in? Have you looked around you? Anything can happen in this fucking world.
Well, no. Water spirits, that's fine. A kid that makes ice cream out of his nose, that's fine. But a girl with a hat that can make her fly, bullshit, mate.
Bullshit.
Also,
no way.
There was no story about a hat that could turn people into pineapples. You liar.
Yeah. That was me just trying
Unbelievable.
to think of. Yeah, that was
False,
a
fake news. Yeah,
improvised.
Disgusting.
Twist.
Paul Jennings would never write something that ludicrous and unrealistic.
I know. That's you're full of shit, Kane.
You're full of shit, Bronson.
Yeah. You can't have a hat that turns you into pineapples.
Now flying though, that's fine.
But flying, that's all right. We know that's fine now.
Yeah, that's perfectly reasonable.
Yeah. It's nice to see. It's nice to see that they traded Penelope Cruz for Javier Bardem, her husband.
Oh yeah, true. Oh my god, I keep forgetting about that. Oh my god, and
they were married before On Stranger Tides.
Yeah. I will say that Javier Bardem definitely had better acting chops in this movie compared to his wife, because my god, he's so much fun to watch in this movie. He's not for the reasons that I think the film wanted me to like him. Like, the film wants me to be intimidated by him, fear him, maybe even feel sorry for him. Throughout the whole film, though, I just cannot stop laughing at him. He's so over the top ridiculous in this. His voice, how it's like overdubbed with this weird dead lisp that he has, these weird vocal inflections where he's like Jack Sparrow. You know what I mean? I can't roll the R, but you know what I mean.
It's too deep and too raspy that you almost cannot understand him at points.
Yeah, and
I love that.
And other points, he's just making ridiculous. He's making stupid noises. He's making ridiculous noises, or he's talking in a way that's totally inconsistent to a scene. He's about to kill Jack, and he's supposed to be serious, but he's just like Jack Sparrow.
Yeah,
and he's like Jack Sparrow, Jack Sparrow. He's talking like a fucking more. Sometimes he sounds like Simple Jack. He reminds me of Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder, where he sounds like he's almost where it almost borderlines on something offensive in a way, just from how he's talking.
I think he feels campy.
He does, and honestly, I think it works because at least I remember how ludicrously stupid he sounds in this movie compared to Blackbeard, man.
Me too, dude. Me too.
Also, it helps that the effects for the most part in terms of the Ghost Crew, they're good. They're not I still say that the Fish Crew are the best looking effects in the Pirates movies. However, design-wise and effects-wise, I think the Ghost Crew they stand out quite a lot. You got some of the crew that have just a mouth and an eye.
Yes,
a lot of them look like they're blown to pieces and they're held together by their ghostly bodies that also look like they're floating in water. You notice how Javier Bardem's hair's constantly flowing because they died at sea. That's a really cool detail that I really appreciate.
I think Captain Salazar's design is fantastic. I think
it is a really really cool design.
Yeah, like it's. I think it feels original. It feels like engaging. And like his crew are quite good. I think they don't have the charm of like of Davy Jones's crew.
Yeah. But there was effort put in,
and it's something a little bit different.
Yes.
It's something that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah,
and
especially yeah.
And how you were saying before that some of their designs are literally just like an eye and a mouth and like a sleeve or some
it's
shit.
Just body parts.
Yeah, man. I don't know how any pirates can like pick a fight with those ghosts.
I know.
You literally, what can you possibly do to win that fight?
It is really cool, honestly, and it is one of the best aspects of that film. Just like, sure, Captain Salazar, he's not intimidating whatsoever, but I'd say design-wise makes up for that, because his design is intimidating looking.
Yeah.
Just whenever he opens his mouth. That's when he loses all semblance of fear and credibility in terms of taking him seriously.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So I think that him, honestly, a strong point of this film.
Oh, definitely.
Where like I feel like that people have shit on him in this a lot, or like shit on his character, but maybe just because they hate the movies and they hate everything in the movie.
He's definitely like probably the strongest character in this movie. Honestly, like the best character in my opinion.
Definitely strongest new character.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, and so this movie starts with a bank heist set piece.
Yeah, here we go.
I loved it.
Really?
I really loved it. I thought this was again original. But I also just thought that it was really grand and a big spectacle that I was intrigued by. And man, it would have been expensive.
Yeah,
oh my god, that would have been an expensive time.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't care for a lot of the action sequences in this movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. I don't. There's one coming up. I
don't care. I'm pretty sure I think there's like one that I do like, but like we'll get to that when you bring it up. But I don't know, the bank heist to me, and a lot of the other action sequences, especially like involving Jack Sparrow, they feel way too cartoony in my opinion. Like, yes, I know the series isn't one for realism, blah 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 blah. I get that, but this just felt like it's just a it's like way too comedic, way too stupid and goofy, way too Disney-fied.
Okay.
And it like everyone's just acting all goofy. There's like it kind of honestly felt a bit MCU to me, honestly. Like this big grand action sequence that's trying to be grand, but they're just trying to make it just complete levity, like have complete levity as well, where they're just having it be light, funny, jovial, jerky. Oh, they open the vault and Jack's in there drunk. Oh, and he has a woman in there? What?
Oh,
and it's like, it's like, that's not funny. Like, that's another problem I have with this movie. The humor does not, when it tries to be funny, it does not work. It's painfully unfunny when it tries to be.
I've got to agree with you there. Like I don't think it's very funny, movie, but there's like
intentionally, unintentionally, when it's unintentionally funny, it's really funny.
But because of the campiness of it, I like that. Like I find it really funny, like them with like him being in the vault with a woman, and then there's like the assistant to the mayor being like, "Mayor, is that your wife?"
No, I hate
yes,
it. I hated that.
Oh, I thought it, like not genuinely funny. I just find it hilarious that if they want to like emasculate a character, be like, main character just fucked your wife.
I guess that can be funny, but like I don't know. I think just the whole like, oh, it's your wife.
The choice of them doing it is funny. I guess. Not the actual joke itself.
That shit just done work for me.
I think it's hilarious because it's just kicking a man when they're down. it's everything, like that is it.
Yeah, the idea behind it, is like, it gets a chuckle, but like the actual execution,
it's really just like poor. Pulling the piss out of that character and just like really just we're just going to destroy him.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Also during this like whole action sequence, we're also introduced to obviously we get an older Henry Turner, and then we get the new kind of love interest in this movie, the new Elizabeth Swann type character, who I think her name is Karina, who's played by Effie from Skins. Yeah, which I like her. She's a good actress. But like, what's her character in this again? It's just, I am a woman of science, and everyone,
a woman of science,
and then everyone is just like, she's a witch, let's kill it. Like,
you're a woman.
Everyone in this movie is like fucking brainless, and not in like a funny, endearing way, or like a like, this is the problem that I have with this movie trying to be funny. They have everyone be intentionally stupid, to, like, you know, show, like, how, like, more capable the main cast of characters, especially, like, Karina, are. But it's too much for me, man. It's too much whenever they're trying to show, like, how stupid these characters are. How, like, oh, a woman never touched my telescope before. What are you doing touching my telescope? And it's like, fuck, shut up. You absolute it's like watching 8-year-olds in adult bodies.
I thought that Karina seemed at first like she would have so much potential to be to sort of place feminist themes into this film.
Yeah.
But then it is forced. It does feel very forced.
It's so fucking forced.
Like, where, like, her character is first a woman and then a character, where it should, the feminist, themology there should be that she is a character first that happens to be a woman.
Yeah, I know. And that's also another problem with, like, making, especially, like, all the male characters fucking brainlets, because then it's just like, men are stupid, but this woman's smart, so all women smart, I'm feminist. It's like, what the fucking it's like not to kick a horse when it's down, but like that Ghostbusters movie that came out years ago, the 2016 one, they, like, made all the male characters stupid to make all the women characters more capable. That's not how you convey feminist themes in a film. You know, you want all the characters to be capable, not just have one gender smarter than the other to you know, make them look good. You know, that doesn't work. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah, that's fair.
It really doesn't, because then it just degrades, like, the achievements of, like, the it degrades the achievements of a female character when you're making just everyone else a complete moron, because then it just makes it easier for them to obtain their goals without really earning it. It feels unearned, you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's like everyone else has to be hindered first for them to be able to succeed, where no, it's like they should be able to be shown to succeed with the still valid and capable world that surrounds them.
The fact that they're a woman should not fucking matter. The fact that they're a person should matter, and they just happen to be a female or a male or, like, fucking,
That's feminism. Like, that is feminism.
Yeah, like, you
like,
know.
I once at work got asked by a coworker, "Are you a feminist?" And I said yes, and they were like, you think women are better than men? And I'm like, no, that is not what feminism is.
That's not the point.
That is, I'm like, that's and I'm like, shouldn't everyone be a feminist?
You could tell that person definitely watches Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, it was very bizarre. And this is also like an adult, like a 30 to 40-year-old man that I was talking to.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's even worse, man.
I was like, it seems like that if you're not a feminist, then you're like a bigot, because feminism stands for the equality of genders, and he's like, that's a very bigoted thing to say. And I'm like, what? No, this is...
What are you talking about?
I don't think that you grasp the concept of this ideology, but that's okay.
Well, maybe he does grasp it. No, he knows the definition. He just doesn't care. He just wants he thinks his definition.
He's just on the thirst for blood against feminism.
Oh my god. I mean, look, man, we were all 16. We were all 16 and edgy once. Well, this guy, he's been 16 for a while, so it seems.
20 years of being 16 must be hard.
Jesus fucking Christ. God, all this talk of feminism and like bad representation of feminism. God, man, this is some deep stuff, man.
Yeah. Well, with Karina coming in, it feels like she's just swept into the narrative very strangely. Like, it's just like, oh, I'm in a bit of a pickle, you should come with me, Karina.
Yeah,
that's my Jack Sparrow impersonation. In case you didn't get it. And then she's just like, okay, I'll come with you.
Yeah, it's like, I got nothing else better to do, I'm gonna get executed for being a woman of science.
Yeah.
A woman of science. I am a woman of science, not a person of science, a woman of science.
Yes.
That's my one character trait. Oh, wait, no, she has one more fucking character detail, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
And another MacGuffin. Who would have known?
Oh, yes.
Who would have known at this point?
What was the MacGuffin again?
I think it's some sort of thing. It was the thing.
It was the diary, right? Or
yes.
Like the ruby.
Yes.
It was both of them.
Yeah. There can't be just one MacGuffin.
Oh,
in this movie. It's a Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
No, yeah, you need at least three. Like, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
You need two. You need at least two to get you to the main MacGuffin. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Actually, technically, there's four. The compass is a MacGuffin, technically, because the compass, Jack giving it away, was what led to Salazar and the crew breaking out of the Devil's Triangle, which they had been imprisoned in.
Very, very good point.
Can I just say that Jack Sparrow I don't know what the fuck happened with him. He is not the same Jack Sparrow in this movie, man. Do you feel that way about him in this movie? Or am I just crazy?
I can see where you're coming from. I don't mind him too much, though, because I like the campiness of this.
I don't. I really don't. Like, I know I said I like how goofy Salazar is, but I think, like, they weren't... I don't know, like, it's not like they were... It's like they were trying... It's, like, unintentionally kind of campy because they're trying to make him seem intimidating, but failing miserably, and that's kind of funny. Meanwhile, with this, it's like they seem like they're trying to go campy with it and have fun, and it's like, yeah, cool, whatever. I don't care for this, though. This is not my Jack.
Because... I think this is where the difference exists, is that, like, I don't have a very great sense of who Jack is because of how, like, there's only been 5 movies, and I think that he's pretty inconsistent throughout, like, all of them.
I guess.
So then, I feel like there's not really a true Jack that I get a huge sense of. So then, because of that, and me not being really attached to a true sense of Jack, because I feel like none of him has been that deep. The only one having like a proper character arc being the first one with him. That him just being entertaining and being in entertaining circumstances is what I will attach to the most.
I get what you mean. I just don't feel that way though. It did not, because like, I don't know, Jack Sparrow to me, yeah, he's not the most consistent character in all 5 of the movies, but he at least felt the same in the first 4 to me. Like, I don't know, it's just a vibe that I have that this movie did not carry on, that this film did not carry on with. It feels like just a drunk impression of a drunk man. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. I just don't care for Jack Sparrow. It feels like... Oh, geez, how do I describe this? It feels like they kind of went Disney Channel with this. They made him too goofy, in my opinion.
Okay.
Well, they made him too goofy and over the top to the point where it was really grating.
This is where I think the perspective shifts, which I think is interesting between like me and you with it, is that I've only the movies in a very short amount of time and like close proximity of one another to base my impression of like the entire franchise off, where like you have years of like built connection to these characters, which is like that. Honestly, that stands for something because these films didn't come out one after the other in a day, like when how we watched them. So that's something that like it definitely stands for.
It probably definitely is like a bias as well for me, I think, with like how Jack is.
Well, my bias is that I don't really like pirates, so that's my. Ooh. So we're both, you know, biased with any type of art piece. So
like, you know, I'm not gonna call you an idiot for liking Jack in this movie, but you're an idiot for liking
but
Jack
you're
in this
an
movie.
idiot.
No, I kid. No, but yeah.
I like playing around.
I'm just playing, man. I'm playing with you, bro.
I think that I get Barbossa in this one though. I think that I finally get him after 5 films. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah.
That's it. I didn't really grasp that throughout the entire thing. Like, he just aligns with whoever, like, whatever suits him at the time. Like, that's
his needs.
That's what his motivation is guided by. Is guided by his own desires.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. I seem to like him from that, and you saw a bit more of his like heart in this.
Yeah, they definitely tried to put a little bit more like dimension into his character rather than just like, you know, this crazy foul-mouthed pirate who just loves the adventure, loves apples and his monkey.
Yeah.
It is appreciated, and I don't know, it feels very kind of soap opera-ish a little bit, where it's like, this girl who I just met, she's my daughter. Oh my god.
Oh, yes.
Like, it feels like very much like a soap opera type thing. But
it's like franchises feel like that they need to do that. It seems like that they'll introduce a new character, a younger character, and they're like, oh, the only way that we're going to get people to like them is if we make them like related to other characters that they
literally.
like. It's very strange. Maybe build a good character with dimensions. Maybe that's what you need to do instead of just being like, no, you have to care about them because you care about their mom.
Oh my god, it's so obvious now.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, now I really care about them.
Every screenwriter, someone's that's like screenwriting will be listening to this and he's like, I didn't think of that. Make a character 3-dimensional.
Oh my
and then
god.
they'll care.
Yes.
Genius. Wow.
Holy shit. This has changed my whole writing style.
But no, like, I don't think it's a bad idea to have Barbossa have a kid and like give him some extra dimension. I just wish it had some more development, because like literally Karina only finds out that Barbossa's her dad at the very end of the movie before he dies.
But it's a Roy Burns situation. It could have, like, there was nothing sort of like hinting, or like maybe there were hints, but there wasn't anything that was suggested about it. Like, and it doesn't, like, it didn't really matter or have anything to do with if they just didn't make her his daughter.
Yeah.
If they just decided against that, then we would have had the exact same film.
Wouldn't change anything.
Yeah, wouldn't change anything.
It would maybe like take away the little bit of development that Barbossa got, but apart from that, you wouldn't change anything.
Yes, it was like it was a cheap way to try and force you to feel connected to that. That character.
Definitely.
Yeah, which is always feels really, really annoying, because then it's like, oh, that's not natural. That is to manipulate me.
Yeah.
And make me go, oh yeah, I like their dad, so I like them now.
Well, that's literally what they did with like that's literally Henry's character as well. He's just Will's son, so like we gotta like him.
Orlando Bloom has cost too much money, so instead we'll have someone else being his son.
We'll have Nightwing from the Teen Titans live action series to be the new protagonist.
Of course. And another huge strength, I think, in this movie is that I like the sets. They feel different. I think all of the
there's some nice set pieces.
The entire settings, I think this is the entire setting. Like where they go, where they are, feels different.
It's interesting. It's more interesting than the previous film. Not my favorite. Like nothing really like wows me, but I liked it enough. I don't really care. I didn't really care for like the like I said, the bank heist scene. I don't care for like the guillotine set piece. I don't care for those. I did like the ship battles though. Like when what was Salazar's ship name? I don't remember. But
I don't know.
When Salazar,
the ship with teeth.
The ship with teeth, and Jack
Monster
Sparrow,
ship.
The Jack Sparrow's crew, when they like have a big like fight and all that, and then like Jack's like hopping on all the cannons and all that. Despite it having some, kind of annoying slapstick, I thought it was a very cool set piece, especially like when Salazar has like the what do you call that? Like the crest, like the front part of a ship, the statue of a ship at the very front.
Yes.
What do you call those?
It is called the... I don't know. I forgot.
Yeah, I should know. I played Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
I know. You can customize your own.
I know. And I had I had like the octopus for mine. That one was really cool.
Yeah, that was...
but no, that whole little bit, that was really cool. But then it ended as soon as it began.
Yeah, the whole color palette, I think, is good. I like the color palette. I think that it implies depth. Like, as in, you can see visual depth in this, I think.
I don't care for it. I don't care for how glossy and bright this movie looks, honestly.
Okay.
It feels how do I describe it? It lacks that grit that the first three had. Like the first three were like, bright and poppy and all that, but like they had that kind of grit to it. You know what I mean? It still felt I don't know, like it had like a grounded feel to it in terms of the cinematography and all that.
Yeah, that's fair.
And location, and a lot of it felt real. A lot of this feels not artificial in a bad way. I'm not saying it's like a hideous film to look at, or like it's that you're wrong or anything. I just don't care. I just don't really care that it lost the I don't care for the fact that it lost a lot of like that kind of grit and authenticity, where a lot of it feels computer generated and glossy and all that.
It feels like its head is in a little bit of the clouds here. Yeah. Like it's sort of taking like a more dreamy, like, let's just do whatever we want to do.
Yeah, and it's like, oh look, it nowhere near as bad as On Stranger Tides. Like at least I remember this film visually. Yeah. I may not be the biggest fan of how it looks, but it's not the worst thing I've ever seen in when we're talking about cinematography or set pieces and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of it's just not for me. It doesn't cater to my taste. But then again, I think it's also because I grew up with the other Pirates movies, so seeing this new thing and how it kind of lacks a lot of the fundamentals that made me love the visual aspects of the original three, I just can't get behind it as much as say you could and all that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You mentioning grit before. Speaking of grit, the double execution scene is one of my favorite set pieces. Like the attempted execution of Jack Sparrow and
Karina.
I think it's creative. I think it's fresh. I think I saw things in this scene that I don't think I've seen before.
Yeah.
I especially, I think that you hated this aspect, but I liked it, was like the guillotine.
Look, introducing the guillotine is not the problem I have. The problem is that part where like Jack's swinging around and doing 360s.
I love that.
With the blade coming up and down, up and down. It's like, I don't know. I understand why you like that sequence. I don't know, mate. Am I just a bitter person and I can't have fun with movies or something?
It's just that you're a flawed human being. That's why.
I don't know. It's just, this is the problem that I have. I just don't, for some reason, this film was just too, like, the other films are over the top. This one, a lot of the over-the-top set pieces just really killed it for me, especially, like, before, like, Jack, like, is sent, before, like, they put the gear, like, they, the blade, like, comes down near his neck, when, like, Karina and him are, like, talking over each other, and the crowd keeps, like, looking back and forth. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? That actually felt like I was watching, like, a goddamn Disney Channel show. I feel like I was watching, like, I don't know, insert Disney show here. I don't fucking watch Disney Channel, but I know the tropes and tribulations.
You've got to have your references sorted out before you make these big claims. You've got to have a particular Disney show in mind to compare it to.
I don't know. Bizarre Dog with a Blog. Anything with Zendaya in it. I don't know. There's your Disney. There's your fucking...
Anything with Zendaya in it. Euphoria.
Euphoria. Everyone's favorite Disney Channel original.
I liked it because I've never seen this use of a guillotine before.
I guess. I mean, it's new. I just don't like it.
It's new. It's fresh. I hate it.
I don't like change. No, it's not what I'm trying to... No, I'm not saying that I don't like different things, obviously. But I just... It's just, I don't know. Tonal... It just feels totally inconsistent to what I was used to in the other Pirates films. I feel like the first three had a decent mixture between grounded reality and, like, over-the-top hijinks. This one leaned a bit too heavily into over-the-top hijinks, and I can't vibe with that.
Okay, fair. I just, like, anything to grasp at, like... So we're at almost, like, the 12-hour mark of our marathon. Yeah. Anything that I haven't seen yet, I welcome with open arms.
Oh, no, fair enough, man, fair enough.
I'm like, please, give me some more guillotine action.
Yeah.
Give me some more,
Give me some more Paul McCartney cameos.
Yes, yeah, that's all that I need.
Yeah.
And then I feel satisfied.
Yeah.
There was one more scene in this of, like, people in a cell, which,
yes.
I hated from the early iterations, but you know what? They did it once. It once, and the cell was very different, had a different aesthetic, different vibe to the other cells that we have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So, because of that...
Are we talking about the one where Henry and Jack first meet, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember that just for the Paul McCartney cameo.
Yeah, that's the only...
But then I also remember it because it pissed me off again with the whole Jack Sparrow has his pants off. Where are your pants? And it's like, oh my fucking god, stop. Like,
I am a sexual being, and I just want to put that out there for everyone.
Not in this one, Jack. You ain't no sexual being, mate. Your luck is run out, mate. Your crew don't even want you no more.
What do you mean? He's definitely a sexual being. He is shown to have just had sex with the mayor's wife. His first appearance is he fucks.
Just because a movie tells me that he's a sexual being, it doesn't mean I'm going to think he's a sexual being. The movie's like, look, he's still sexy. And it's like, fuck off. You've done this 4 times already. I'm done with your shit, babe.
You were just saying about Jack's crew, right?
Yeah.
Jack's crew is in more of this than the other films as well, I think. And you don't get a huge sense of character from them, but I don't think that it's played like you're expected to love them. They just act as colour that I enjoy. I enjoy the colour of his crew in this.
Yeah, I mean, they're fine. It's nice to see Gibbs in more of the film since, he's been in the other ones. He doesn't do anything. I mean, yeah, it's nice that, obviously... I mean, like, all he does is, like, in the films is really just, like, be Jack's right-hand man and spout exposition and all that. But, he's in this film. That's cool. We get to see more of him. We get to see, like, the short guy who was in, like, the other 3 films that was, like, part of Jack's crew. Do you remember him?
Yes.
Yeah. And then also, well, actually, they're not a part of Jack's crew, but, like, other returning characters. We get to see the 2 comedic relief royal guards.
Yes.
That are in this film. I didn't notice this until, like, we watched the film, that the comedic relief pirates aren't in this movie. The
those
ones, the
two.
glass eye and the other guy.
Oh yeah, they weren't in the last one though either.
Yeah, no, I know they weren't in the last one, but for some reason I remember them being in Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Oh, okay.
Which is, I don't know, it's weird that they weren't in it.
They were replaced with these two.
They were replaced with these two, and
I like them.
No, I don't know. Just even that just felt like kind of just stale and repetitive.
Okay,
it just felt stale.
Why I think that I like this crew is that it doesn't feel like that it's trying to get you to really like empathize with them and like really love them. I think that it's just like, yep, they're a bit of fun and they're there.
Yeah.
Where I think that it's like, who's the bearded dude that is like Captain Jack Sparrow's like best friend?
Gibbs.
Gibbs.
Right?
Okay. Yeah. Gibbs. Sorry, Gibbs. I've never liked him. He's given me nothing, and he feels like it feels like that the film is trying to tell me you should care about him. Where I don't, and I don't think that I don't. Where I don't care about any of the other sort of crew, but it's not trying to tell me, yep, you've got to. So then, because of that, I feel like I can just enjoy them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just enjoy their little quirks. Like, that's what I think that I like about this movie, is that I feel like this movie has a lot more personality than some of the other movies in the franchise. Yeah. Speaking of personality, though, like, one thing that this movie does that no other movie has done in the franchise is de-age Jack Sparrow.
Oh, God, no. I was dreading talking about this.
This is disgusting.
It is.
It looks awful. It looks awful.
For 2017, do better. Like, to think that The Irishman came out like 2 years later. Imagine if The Irishman came out with these effects to de-age Robert De Niro. Oh my God.
De-aging is just not there yet, Hollywood. Why are you Maybe they know that they've just got to, like, sort of tread the waters and just use it just to get more experience using it and then get better from there.
Any experience is good experience. However, it does not mean we have to like it, though.
Yes,
God,
because this looked bad.
This whole sequence just infuriated me. Like, I don't mind, like, showing... Like, I don't mind, like, it being used to show Salazar, like, how he became the way he is. Like, yeah, whatever. Fucking... Yeah, cool. But this whole, like, it being, like, a pseudo-origin story for... This is a pseudo-origin story for Jack Sparrow. One, you got the young de-aging effects, which are horrendous. But what makes the scene worse is that... we find out the origin to his name and some of his clothes, like his hat and his compass. And oh my God, I hate it when movies do this shit.
Always wondered where he got his hat from. It kept me awake at night.
Oh my God,
that's how he gets the hat.
Oh my God, yes, finally we found out.
In admiration of him, his crew give him a bunch of random shit that becomes his iconic gear.
I'm surprised they didn't have an origin for his goddamn red bandana that he has. Like, why didn't they do that? I hate it when...
It used to be white, and then he used it to mop up blood on the deck.
No, but, like, I hate it when movies do this, though, when, like there's this little just niche detail that, like, you don't need, that they want to put an origin story to when you don't need it. Like the Han Solo movie, when they revealed the backstory towards Han Solo's name. We didn't need that, and it's always stupid as well. Like, Han Solo's origin name was like he's alone, so he's solo.
It's like that's it.
Fuck. It's like that's it. And it's like why did we need this?
Yeah.
Like, I didn't need this. I didn't need to know this. And it's like I didn't need to know how Jack got his hat or his sword or gun or compass.
And the way that this whole scene is shot is that it feels very like, oh, look how badass Jack Sparrow is.
Oh my God, yeah.
And look at that man.
Oh,
you thought he was sexy before? Look at him a little bit younger. Like, it was just... and I hate that. I hate, like, scenes that seem to be put in just for the sake of, look how badass he is.
Yeah, because it's literally just to rile up all, like, the teenage boys to be like, yeah, look how cool he is. Yeah. You can be cool too. Just be like him.
Epic Jack Sparrow montage.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like stuff like that, and it's just it's so dumb,
terrible, and like I'm so glad that shit did not take off, because imagine if they did like an actual origin story Jack Sparrow movie. Imagine how awful that would be.
Oh God, like who could be casted to be Jack Sparrow?
They're gonna de-age him. No,
they just de-age.
They'll just de-age him. That's a good question. Who would they get for a young Jack Sparrow?
I think that Timothée Chalamet would be going around in the in the talk of the town.
Yeah, you know, why not?
Yeah.
You know, he's playing young Willy Wonka. Get him in for young Johnny Depp.
He just plays every young iconic character.
Yeah, he plays the new. Yeah, he's playing the new. He's playing young Kyle MacLachlan in Dune. You know.
Yes. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. No, his name's not Paul. No.
Yeah.
He's just playing. He's playing the same character that he's playing the same Paul that Kyle MacLachlan played in the David Lynch version.
Yeah.
It's just a continuation, just the same plot. Better looking, I guess.
They could get Andrew Garfield to be him.
No, Andrew Garfield's too old, man.
He's too old now.
He's like in his 30s.
Okay, maybe they go for like a younger, like a Finn Wolfhard.
Oh yeah, mate. Oh, maybe.
Maybe they do something like that.
Yeah, Finn Wolfhard or someone like that could maybe work. I don't know.
Yeah, but get Kane Murcott to do it.
Hey, Hollywood, I'm listening.
Cole Sprouse.
Oh, God.
Get Cole Sprouse to be him.
No, please, no, God.
I think that they shouldn't do it anyway.
Well, they really shouldn't.
Because we got a little taste of it, and it's not good.
Yeah, we don't like it. I even think like just nowadays it wouldn't work.
It just
no one wants to see this.
The 2017 de-aging tech just too fluid. Makes like their faces are made out of liquid.
It
not
looks
good.
it looks like a bad deep fake. Honestly,
yes, exactly.
Really bad. And just seeing his mouth move and just all the facial expressions, it feels alien, and I don't like. It feels uncomfortable. I feel like I need an adult in the room to keep an eye on me because like I'm scared, bro.
I got very surprised in like around this scene for a very, very interesting like little detail. You know what it was? Yes. This is like one of the first times that we really see like shark action in a Pirates of the Caribbean film.
Yeah, it's really weird that they never included sharks in these movies.
Sharks are like I think quintessential pirate element of like the fearsome ocean, like walking the plank to get eaten by a shark.
Well, just like pirates and also just like the ocean in general. It's like sharks are like one of the most well-known seafaring creatures ever.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would they take this long to have them in this movie? You know what I mean?
But we do get a shark scene.
We get some skeleton, undead sharks
we
as
get
well.
Undead sharks. How cool is that? How freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was not too bad, honestly. It was short, it was sweet. Didn't overstay its welcome. It did have one egregious slow motion jump scene that was like, oh, look how cool this is. But I'll let it slide because it was over just as it began. Short, sweet, intense, and different. Yes, exactly. So it's like, you know, whatever. Not too bad.
And there's nothing quite as different as Jack Sparrow having a wedding in this film.
Oh my god, I fucking hate this scene. It is the worst scene in the fucking movie.
I love it.
I hate you.
I think this is a great scene.
Why? Why do you think it's a great scene?
Unlike anything we have seen so far.
That does not make it good, though. No, it does not make it good at all.
Maybe it's just the refreshing nature of it. I like like socially awkward Jack is hilarious. I think it's just also just freaking bonkers. And it expands on the world.
No, what?
Expands on the world of these strange people on the island.
Oh, I don't care. For the only thing I can say that's kind of neat.
It's charming.
No, the only thing I can say is neat is that it takes place in a whale skeleton. That's it.
Love it. Love it.
The church is in a whale skeleton. Kind of neat. But it's like, oh, look how funny this is. Jack gonna marry ugly girl. Look how funny this is. You laugh now, audience. You laugh now. And it's like, stop.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and it literally does not serve any purpose either.
Oh, yeah, no plot relevance.
It has no relevance. Why include it? They literally, like, it, it's like... It just reminds me of like all the worst aspects of the MCU movies, where like they have these like just painfully unfunny like skits almost, where it's like, look out, like they're trying so hard to be funny and like try to have it be relevant to the plot, but it doesn't work. It drags on too long, and it's just off-putting as all hell.
You know,
honestly.
all the things that you're saying make a lot of sense to me, and I believe you. And I think in a typical circumstance, I would agree with you even.
Okay.
But I think it's a testament to how this franchise, I think, broke me a little bit. it sort of just broke my usual tendency, and I was just looking for anything that would stimulate me and engage me in the slightest amount.
Well.
And Jack Sparrow getting married to a random woman and then sort of going along with it in awkwardness.
Not a random woman, a random ugly woman. We must not. She's not a character. She's just an ugly prop.
Oh.
Hey, that's how the movie describes it. Don't yell at me.
Him trying to make himself feel less appealing to her, and she's like, "I have chlamydia too."
Oh,
yeah. I don't know what actual disease it was that she said she had.
Know, fucking scurvy or something. No, not scurvy. Like some crap. I don't know.
Yeah,
who cares?
something. And rickets.
Rickets?
Was it rickets? I don't know. But anyway,
who cares, man?
Yeah, who cares? Who cares?
Oh, you do. You like this scene.
I did. I enjoyed myself there.
Yeah.
I think I was just like, oh my god, something that isn't fucking a cannonball hitting another ship. Whoa.
Yeah.
And then. Quite closely after that, we got the climax.
Yes.
The parting of the sea.
Yes, that was a really cool set piece, honestly.
One of my favorite climaxes of the franchise.
No, not one of my favorites, but definitely definitely a fun climax, honestly. You know, parting of the sea, they're fighting at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
It's really cool, honestly.
Sick. And like, well, one of the things that I mentioned earlier in the marathon is that like there's this beauty about like the bottom of the ocean and this unexplored land that is below there, and it's awesome seeing that like not drenched that, but with like the water taken away and just seeing below the surface.
Seeing like these characters actually they properly explore this uncharted territory, which they would never have been able to go to given like this circumstance.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's only something that can be explored and portrayed in media, because they're not going to drain an ocean.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, with how weird this world is, who knows?
Oh, yeah. No,
3 years down the track.
It'll be... The next movie's going to be based off that one SpongeBob episode where they try to go look for the main drain. Remember that remember that episode of SpongeBob?
I don't.
Oh, bro! That's going to be the news... Oh, actually, that's not a bad idea for Pirate 6, honestly.
With how weird this freaking world is that we're living in right now, I wouldn't doubt that, like, 2025, a headline is like, Russia has... drained the Atlantic Ocean as a threat to America or something.
Why would that be a threat, though?
But take away the ocean.
Oh, I mean,
what a threat!
They got fresh water. They got fresh water. You still got like 7. You got 6 more seas. Just get off your fat ass, man.
I would be intimidated. Shit, this man, Putin, he freaking means business. He's draining the ocean.
Putin's just, he's got a fear of the ocean. He's not even doing it to like piss off the Americans. He's just doing it because he's scared of the ocean.
Yes,
he's
like,
exactly. I need to find the Kraken. I must drain the ocean.
Yeah,
that sounded more German.
We also get a great end to Barbossa in this chasm.
Yeah, it's all right.
I think it's a great anti-hero ending, though.
I think for me, I don't know why. I just found it unintentionally hilarious when he like just when he fell to his death. I literally have no reason why I thought his death was funny. I just for some reason laughed when he died.
Okay.
I legitimately have no explanation, and I think that's what kind of ruins the death scene for me, honestly. I don't know, man.
Our favorite character from the franchise. Funny ending.
I don't know why I found it funny. Maybe I was broken after these movies as well.
Possibly.
Maybe that's why I find this film painfully unfunny when it's trying to be. Because I was broken, maybe. I don't know.
I think why I like this ending for him is that like it cements that he does have a good heart. At the end of the day, he has a good heart. Yeah, and what this movie had going for it is that it cemented something a little bit different. Yeah. That's my main take.
Yeah, that's a decent way to that's a really good way to think about this movie, actually. You know, I don't mind this movie. I think it is so fucking flawed. It's kind of bad, but there was I feel like there was heart and soul put into this movie that was lacking in the previous film. And while a lot of this film does not work to me on a personal level, I guess I can understand why, like, you know, you'd enjoy this, or like someone that's like maybe not really as big a fan of the Pirates films as say like I was, you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe I have nothing to defend. Like, as in, there's no franchise that I'm defending.
Yeah, that's true.
It's just I liked it.
Yeah, you like this film in a series that you're kind of lukewarm about, that you're very 50-50 about.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, compared to me, when it's like the first 3 films, I have a lot of fond memories of, even if a lot of it doesn't hold up, like, you know, the 3rd film and then especially the 4th film, because I had that foundation built with the original films. I kind of find it hard to look past a lot of the things that aren't to my particular taste. You know what I mean?
When I like recount the films that I get really angry over, it's usually because they belong to something that I really care about, and I feel like that it's like tainted something that I care about. So then all the dumb stuff in this didn't taint anything to me.
Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it, actually.
So because it's untainted, I had a great time.
Yeah, and I think for me, despite the fact that there's a lot of it that doesn't work for me because it kind of like taints some of the stuff that was established in the previous films that I love. I, however, still think that this film is a fine little film that I think is worthy of your time, honestly. And who knows, maybe you might enjoy it more than I did. Maybe you might actually think this is your favorite, and if that's the case, that's okay. Because film is art, and art is subjective.
Yes.
It's what you make of it.
Yeah, well, whatever you make of it.
Exactly.
But one thing I think that we can both agree on, though, is that the last 5 minutes of this entire franchise is ridiculously hilarious and stupid, with Elizabeth popping up.
Oh my god.
And Will coming back, and it being like and her coming from over the mountains.
Feel like she was gonna start singing Sound of Music for a second. What the fuck was that?
Coming up from the horizon. So funny.
Doesn't say a word.
So lame.
Doesn't even say a word either.
Doesn't have a speaking line. It's just, I still exist. And Will's like, oh my god, she exists.
Elizabeth!
Yeah. Oh my god. What was she doing on the end of the horizon?
She's got a tent there. She's been sleeping in that tent for several decades.
She just happened to be going on a walk. So unnatural.
No.
The camp.
No. Henry was like, okay, Mum, stay here. Come out in 15 minutes, okay? And then 15 minutes pass, and then she runs up. She's like, oh my god, that's what he wanted to show me? Oh my goodness.
I'll have a surprise. I'll have a surprise in 15 minutes. Just hide behind this horizon.
Oh, yeah.
So funny.
Hilarious. What a way to end the series on. And then also, let's not forget about the end credits scene, by the way. This really just weird sequel baity had a place. And the credit scene was just Will Turner having a nightmare of Davy Jones, and then like the final shot is just some barnacles on the floor, like, oh, was he here? Oh my god. It's like, what are you trying to do?
What doesn't make sense here is that it's like, was he here? And if he was, why did he just go in to watch Will and Elizabeth sleep?
Like, did he just want to be a creep? Is this like Paranormal Activity where he just stands there for several hours watching and then just fucks off doing nothing?
Yeah, what's the point of that? I don't really get it.
Like, you know, one can make, beforehand one can make the argument is like, oh, Will maybe has PTSD of like his experiences with Davy Jones, or he still fears Davy Jones or becoming like Davy Jones. But then that whole stuff that, that could be really like thought-provoking. Instead, it's like, oh, Davy Jones was probably here because there's barnacles on the ground. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it's like if they just left that last little shot out, then it would be a lot more like, ambiguous. Yeah. Now it's like, ridiculous.
Yeah, ridiculous. Thank you. Excellent way to put it.
And I sort of think this movie was a little bit ridiculous, but that's what I enjoyed about it.
Yeah.
And I have good thoughts from it, and I will probably watch this again.
Yeah, you know what? Despite my original feelings, I think this will be worthy of a rewatch.
Well, there we go. Five movies, the entire franchise done. I've now seen every Pirates of the Caribbean movie.
Oh, I'm very honoured to have taken you on this journey with me.
Thank you.
Over my childhood film, over some of my childhood favourites, and despite bit heartbroken that I did not elicit the reaction I was hoping for, I'm still very happy that with the reaction that I got, because it's wildly different.
Well,
I got to have you experience these.
Well, thank you for guiding me, Kane.
No
and
problemo.
And thank you, listeners, for coming along on this journey with us. We will see you next week for our ranking and overview of the entire franchise, so that you can hear what we really think compared to each other.
Yes, sir.
Okay, goodbye, lovely people.
Bye-bye.
And don't forget to check out our Facebook page at Marathon Me Official, all one word, and our Instagram, MarathonMe_official, to keep up to date on the podcast. And hey, if you want to get into contact with us, email us at marathonmepodc, yes, the letter C, @gmail.com. Like podcast without the ask.